Good morning, everybody. We are currently, it is, what is it, June 10th? June 10th, about 7:45-ish Central Time in the morning. We're on eastbound 412 in Springdale, Arkansas. Getting on southbound I-49 now. Alright, we're going to be picking up a load this time at the... Oh, there's a way station on this side too, didn't even realize that. I knew there was one on the northbound side just north of here. Anyway, we're going to be picking up a load at the Conagra Foods facility here in Fayetteville, which is just a little bit south of here. Be an 8-mile drive, actually about a 9-mile drive looks like. Be exit 62, which is also US 62 exit. We'll be getting off the freeway there. And that is only like 8 or 9 miles from here, something like that. And this load's going to be going to my home, Fayetteville, California. Going to the Miracle facility there, same one that I always park my truck at when I'm home anyway. Had some weather here. Actually, it's been raining the entire time on the way from our terminal in Sapulpa to here. Alright, so to update you, I ended up dropping that last load in our drop yard there in Sapulpa and doing a 34-hour reset. My friend Dwayne, who, the guy who was, we caravan together from Toma down to the last shipper in Belvedere, Illinois. We continued to caravan all the way from there back to our terminal in Sapulpa, Oklahoma. And had a good time there. Ended up stopping for a 10-hour break at in Sullivan, Missouri. Then ran the final leg there from Sullivan to terminal. The planner ended up wanting us to both do 34-hour resets there at the yard because neither one of us had enough hours to get our loads delivered to Southern Cal on time. So. So yesterday evening I ended up getting this load as an assignment, and my buddy there, Dwayne, ended up getting picking up a load right there at our drop yard. That someone else brought in from Belvedere. It's going to Southern Cal. So, alright, on another note, I'm going to be, this is going to be a good trip, hopefully, because I'm going to be picking my kids up on the way home. They live in western Oklahoma, and I'm going to pick them up after I get through. I'm going to do a 10-hour break today in Sayre, Oklahoma, and then my ex is going to bring them to me. Then I'll have them right on the truck and be from there back to the house. So that'll be nice. Opportunity to hang out and get to see them for a bit. Though I need to keep rolling as much as I can. Paying attention to, not following so closely and paying attention will prevent you from having to make that kind of move pickup. Just saying. Alright, so what else we got here? Alright, so I know something I wanted to talk about also was JCT's fuel rebate program. That has been a topic recently after Danny Christner did a podcast the other day about it. Alright, so normally it's a 15 cent per gallon rebate that you get if you on fuel that you buy at Pilot and Flying J locations. Not at 19 Truck Stop or other affiliates of Pilot Flying J, but actually at actual Pilot Flying J locations. Used to be the only thing, but as of this week on Monday, as of Monday, we can actually get fuel at and reefer fuel at Love's locations also. In fact, I just got fuel at the Love's and I forget the name of that town there. It starts with a C. It's an Indian name. Where 412 and US 69 meet up. Anyway, I got some. Got me some fuel there. And I already had enough reefers, so I believe that's 15 cents per gallon rebate there as well. That was something that was kind of a new addition because of the Gershbach acquisition of us. And JCT will be looking into their fuel rebate, more into their fuel rebate program, particularly when dealing with Pilot Flying J's in New Mexico and Arizona, because they noticed that we do a ton of refuelings at certain non-Pilot Flying J locations on I-40 and I-10 in New Mexico and Arizona. So they're trying to figure out why that is, and they see I think they just got an idea a little bit of how much difference there is in price, even with the rebate, between Pilot Flying J and some of the other locations there. Now sometimes though, Flying J and Pilot actually have competitive prices. Even about a month ago, there was a point where I was in the eastern half of New Mexico, and I needed fuel, and the usual spots like ACAL Travel Center off exit 267 and just west of Santa Rosa, and Lisa's Truck Stop in Moriarty. Those tend to be pretty good prices. Usually the best, if not close to the best prices in the area. But last month there was a point where they were those were both like $4.85 a gallon, and at the same time the Pilot in Moriarty, or New Mexico, and the Flying J in Albuquerque were both at $4.95, which, okay, it sounds like it's a better price at ACAL and Lisa still, but with a 15-cent rebate, it actually came out to $4.80 a gallon, which is about a 5 cent per gallon improvement. But and then factor in you also get shower credits at Pilot Flying J and rewards points, and that makes it even more advantageous to you then at that point. All right, next exit will be Highway 62. That's that's where I plan to exit the freeway here. This is going to be my first time ever going to this particular facility. Don't know much about it except for how to get to it. I already did my trip planning on how to get over to it, and not too difficult. It just, when you go eastbound on US 62, the short distance, maybe a mile or so looks like, maybe a couple miles, I don't know. And then head south on pull up the name of that street again. Razorback Road, Arkansas Highway 112. South on it, and then east on West 15th Street, which is also Arkansas Highway 16. And on the left side will be the Conagra plant. And over on the southeast side of the Conagra plant, at least from what I saw on the map, appears to be where the truck entrance and guard shack are at. figured the weather would start clearing up sooner or later, because I know I was up on the upper half of a storm cell that was heading southeast, and it's definitely lightened up a lot. I was getting pretty like a definitely moderate rainfall at the yard before I even started pre-tripping, as well as when I was pre-tripping, and then well, I was somewhere on, let's see, how many lanes? How many? Okay, we do have 2 turn lanes. Somewhere on Highway 412, it started to abate a little bit. It was still raining steadily all the way across. Never did stop. I've had to have my wipers on to at least some extent all the way into here from our terminal. But I know on the satellite or on the weather radar, it looks like should be pretty close to the end of the storm. Actually, yeah, right there at the north end of the storm. Should be getting the wind core pretty soon here, I guess I would call it. You know, the trailing edge winds. 66 degrees here. Not really cool, but yeah, when I'm wet from walking around outside, you know, walking from my truck to the truck, you know, to our lounge at our yard and back to the truck and do my pre-trip, you know, my clothes are a little bit wet still, and this kind of temp, yeah, definitely made me a little bit on the cold side. Jimmy's Egg. This is some kind of a breakfast restaurant or something. Alright, now I do see another street that looks like it could possibly, right here on the other side of I-49, that could possibly be used, but in a truck it's best to just stay on the numbered highways. And it looks like the numbered highway route might be slightly faster anyway. I don't know for sure, but that's the way I plan to go. Okay, we're going to find a Shell station. Wendy's and a Shell station at the corner on the right side where I'm going to make my right turn. And on the opposite side of that same intersection on the right, there will be a Chick-fil-A. Landmarks I like to look for when I'm trip planning, because again, I don't rely on GPS. Nothing wrong with using GPS, but you don't rely on it blindly. Know what you're getting yourself into before you get there. Know what your GPS is going to get you into. It can do you wrong, and it will do you wrong every so often. There's a reminder. So I did my trip planning. I took a look at what was what turns that I'm looking for. I knew I was looking for exit 62 off of I-49 because of my trip planning. I know I'm going to be looking for this Shell station and Wendy's up here. This light right here might be the one. Yeah, here's the Shell station right here on the right. So I know this light right here is the one I want to turn right at. And go down a little bit, and there'll be another light down there that I'll turn left at onto that other highway to get over to Conagra. Yeah, and there's Chick-fil-A right there. Okay, it looks like it should be just right for me to make my turn without any problem. Oh yeah, no problem there. The corner there is curved just right, so it's like just perfect for a truck to navigate around. Alright, I believe where I see that car making the left turn up ahead is probably where I'm going to be making my left. Okay, yeah, stop sign. And then right over here on the left is I can see the Conagra plant right here. Yeah, Baum Walker Stadium. It's not a bad looking stadium. It looks like a minor league baseball stadium or something. Pretty nice looking place though. Alright, four-way stop here. What's with the scooter there sitting at the corner? Alright, on the far end of the lot on the left side is where I'm expecting to make my turn. Now this might be a dropping hook. I was told that they could preload, but I don't know if it's going to be a preloaded or a live. I'm coming here expecting, because yeah, when I got the pre-plan, they said they could preload early, but it doesn't mean it will. So I'll come here. Kind of hope for the best, expect the worst, I guess I would say in that sense. Drivers checking in, have these ready. Safety vest on when outside your vehicle. All inbound paperwork, outbound order numbers, carrier name, trailer license number including states. Your name and phone number. Okay, so I'm going to have to get my safety vest on and get my trailer license plate info before I check in. Alright guys, the guard says park over here by these yellow poles. Kind of seems a little weird parking right there. That's where she said to park, but I'm like, okay, should I be blocking that that bay door there? I don't know. Well, that's where she said to park, so surprised she didn't say just back it into one of these spots there or something. I do see a JCT drop trailer over here. It's 7287. That could be mine. Alright, so we'll get checked in. Should be right over here by this red pickup and this herb truck. And we'll see how things go. Alright, load is ready to go. It is indeed that 7287 trailer there. Let's go ahead and drop our trailer in any open spot here. Could blindside into that door, those spots there. If you guys watched my last video, you might have seen that I blindsided into the drop spot. I also put a clip of that on my Facebook channel, or Facebook page, whatever. Speaking of my Facebook page, I ended up adding a new album in there, a public album, just for truck backing. So if you guys want truck backing footage, we'll probably begin to put some of that content on there for you guys. If you just, to some of you guys just want to watch the truck backings or something, maybe you're a newer driver or just, trying to scrutinize the way I back. And yeah, in fact, I just had someone I interacted with who wanted to who was trying to understand how to do the U-turn style setup, or somebody recently told me they called it a J-turn setup. There's a lot of room here. It's going to be a real easy backing here, especially with the extra spot here. See, I'm not even going to straighten out my tractor because there's so much room. do have something I want to mention here. We get done. When I go to hook to the other trailer, I'll let you know what I want to mention. Let me make sure I'm all the way into it. I don't want to hop out and find out that my fifth wheel's bound up on the latch. Okay guys, we'll go hook up to our other trailer now. Alright, so when I was at the yard yesterday, I ran into a guy I know from our Facebook group named David. David was training another driver recently, and the reason I'm bringing him up is because something he and I discussed yesterday reminded me of something that I should remind you guys of. If you're newer to driving, don't have such an itch to use your mirrors when you're back in a truck and trailer. Stick your head out the window. You know, look out and move you don't need to have your back glued to the seat. If you're going to have your back glued to the seat, do yourself a favor. Don't even get in the truck in the first place. I use my flat mirror. I use all my mirrors where appropriate, but you can't sit there. I'm going to have to raise this. I'm going to have to drop this trailer down. Raise the landing gear to drop the front end of the trailer. It's sitting too high. I used to have that problem with trainees as well every so often. Not all of them are this way, but a good number of them would have it where they'd want to look in the mirror for any chance they got to look in there. Or like I say, when they're back in the trailer, even when it's off track, and they would maybe look forward and lean forward enough just so they could see it in their flat mirror, when they should really be moving their head out like this. Use your right hand to steer the steering wheel, or control the steering, whatever. Have your hand your left arm out here on the window ledge, and actually look outside physically at the trailer. That's the proper way to do it, or the better, right? I'll say the better way to do it. When you're looking in the mirror, especially if it ends up being at the wrong angle, if it's not angled just right, you're going to have a problem where it's going to be an optical illusion. It'll make you think that it's off tracking a certain amount when it's actually off tracking a different amount. And so the trailer will actually rotate more or less than what you're thinking it should do, just based on the mirrors. In fact, if you notice on a blindside, that blindside video I just did on the last video, I had you can see me using my left hand to adjust my flat mirror on the passenger side while I'm looking over in the passenger side mirrors. Now that's kind of a necessity because I can't see through this side of my truck. I don't have a window over here on the right side of my truck like some of the other trucks have, where you might be able to uncover the window on that side and actually look out through that window to see where the back of the trailer is when you're blindsiding. But so I don't have that option in this truck. And in that case, I use the flat mirror. And one of the things I did learn from the experience doing blindside backings is the more I rotate the flat mirror out, the more of an optical illusion that creates. Where I can look in the mirror and it looks like it's only off tracking by maybe 30 degrees from the tractor. And then I go outside and in reality it's really like 60 degrees off. And it'll rotate a lot faster than I think it should, just based on what it looks like in the mirror. So please guys, don't rely on your mirrors when you're doing your backings. Yeah, don't do it until you're already, until you can naturally sit back in your chair and look at with your mirror in its normal driving position. That's the only time you should really be looking in your driver's side mirrors when you're back in it, right? Otherwise, if you can't see the back of your trailer from the with it in its normal position, stick your head out the window, right? I'm gonna go ahead and hook up, and we'll start pre-tripping, and then we'll be ready to go. Alright guys, we are done pre-tripping and all that. I'm going to pull forward and so I can slide my tandems back. Make sure I have room to put them where I want them. Just go forward a little bit. Just want to have room to make sure the trailer doesn't back into whatever. So, alright, we're going to put the slide tool in and back them up. Alright, so I did hear, I did see the airbags were deflated when I hooked up, and there we go, pins are unlocked now, and I can back up to the tool. Alright, wait to hit the slide tool, there we go. I'm on the slide tool now. Okay, while I was back there putting the slide tool in, I did hear a hissing sound too. I couldn't tell if it was coming from the leveling valve or one of the airbags or what. But with the tandem's all the way back, I couldn't access the back end of the rear axle. So we'll be checking that in a second here and see if I hear any air. It's not so much if I hear air when the brakes are set on the trailer. It's when I have the brakes released on the trailer that I don't want to hear any air coming out from anywhere. So I'm going to check that out, double check it, and find out if I need to get it looked at. Alright, we're going to head out to the guard check again, and I need to send my departure info. I'll go ahead and do it after we get past the guard shack. There are a couple of different route options I have to get to Victorville from here. One is to get back on US 412 and take it back across. The other way is to take I-49 down and get on I-40 there. I'm leaning toward doing the 412 route. It's about 10 miles shorter and just under 10 minutes shorter as well. So I will probably go for that. Alright guys, we're ready to go. I think I'm going to go ahead and take 412 across. As much as I hate dealing with the lights and all that crap over there, even if it feels like it's harder, but it's, you know, if it saves me possibly 10 minutes, I will go ahead and go that way. Can't see around that tree to see who's to when and there's not much of any shoulder here, so I can't tell when the lane is clear. Come on. That tree's got to go. I can't see down the road for shit with that tree there. And why is this thing so, I feel like so resistant to moving? Like the brakes are set still or something. I'll have to keep an eye on that on the way out too. Make sure I don't start smoking any brakes, because yeah, I felt like it was a little bit resistant to wanting to roll, like one or more brakes were still set, or well, not set but dragging. So more reason while I'm rolling, watch my mirrors as I drive. I want to watch for smoking brakes to confirm if there's an issue with my brake adjustment. That could be more reason to take the 412 route. That way, if there's an issue, I can stop by the yard on the way out. Stop back by the yard and have it get looked at. But I think it should be all right. I just had that impression that that was what was going on. It's only a 31,000 pound load. However, the last pallet I did notice was very close to the door. It's only maybe a couple feet away from the from the trailer doors, so it does concern me a little bit about how the weight and balance is. However, load is going to Victorville. There will be no weigh stations in California between the Arizona line and Victorville, so if it ends up on the tail heavy side, yeah, that's not going to stop me. So, and all the other states in between here and there, I can have the towns wherever I need them to be. I don't think they use those railroad tracks anymore. There's a bunch of vegetation overgrowth in the middle of those tracks there, covered them up practically. Now I'm actually feeling a little on the warmer side. Damn it. You just had to do that, right? I was expecting that car to go through the intersection and then was going to make the left turn right after them. And then the light turns yellow and both of us end up having to stop. Or, well, they end up choosing to stop and kind of left me with no option there. So my tractor's all on top of the crosswalk, but thankfully nobody's coming, and yeah, oh well.
You have 7 hours and 57 minutes of remaining drive time.
Alright, anyway, y'all know the route back out of here. I'm taking the same way back as I came in. I'm just going to come down the street, get on northbound I-49, and then go west on US 412. There is a pilot right there about half a mile or so away from the... Come on. Yeah, it feels like it's dragging. Yeah, about a half mile away from I-49 on the right side. I'm going to go ahead and scale my load there. Verify everything looks good, and start making my way to Sayre, and then on to Victorville. Now, I don't need to make this, drag this video on too long, so I'm going to go ahead and call this one a day, alright? Hope you guys enjoyed this little update here. Maybe got something useful out of it too. I always like to put something useful out here for you guys who are newer. And, you know, just have updates or whatever for those of you guys who just like to follow me or friends with me or whatever. And so, alright. We'll probably see you. I don't know if I'll be delivering this in Victorville myself. So I should say that too, because the load is due on Monday night at 2300. And I'm going to be there sometime during the daytime on Sunday, so I might point that out. I might not actually get a chance to deliver it, so we'll see. I don't have brakes dragging because it's actually rolling, so maybe they're a little bit slow to release or something when I hit the brake pedal. Something I might want to have looked at, consider looking at too. So make a decision on that as I go. All right, well, I'm gonna call this one a day. I will see you either in Victorville or maybe in San Bernardino or somewhere else in Southern Cal next. All right. You all have a great day, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks.